Hello, welcome to Still Uncaptured, your favorite podcast with me, Kgomotso Matsunyane.
And myself, Ndumiso Ngcobo.
How are you?
I'm old.
We are old, my friends. But what are you grateful for?
You know, there is, for me, so much to be grateful for right now. And I can talk about this because I've actually even written about it in my Sunday Times column, which you must read.
Every week?
The bar at large is what I call myself these days.
The bar at large?
The bar at large, yeah. And, what I'm grateful for is that after years of skepticism, and you know this, skepticism about psychotherapy. Not that I hadn't been to psychotherapy before, but I actually decided, let me actually take this seriously. And I went on a journey and I decided, no, man, let me just do this and do this properly. And so thanks so much to my therapist, to Jacob. What a wonderful man. I think I'm in love with him. But I've realized that there are things that are fundamental that I have to change with my life. And part of the journey that includes my fitness is that I have to have a new lifestyle, but I'm also learning something fundamental that I did not have. I did not realize that I don't have enough boundaries.
Right.
He looked at me and he said, when I look at you, I see you walking around with a huge, big bag full of unused no's. Wow. So I am using my nose. People come to me, I go, no. And I don't feel the need to explain myself.
Right.
If I say no, I just
It's a complete sentence.
No, I won't do it. So I'm very grateful that I'm in this space.
Right.
The space where I can say no.
I am grateful because after 4 years of being a complete sloth, I finally started walking again in Ndumiso. I have visions of running at some point. So I walked in Springfield, right? I went to the park and I tried a little run.
Yes. That's my naughty laugh.
Oh. All I've got to say is, we've got a long way to go. We've got a long way to go.
You at least expect that when you run, your boobs are going to jiggle. I don't expect it. I also try to run. I'm like, I'm a man.
Would you like a bro? Remember Kramer's bro?
Bro. But anyway, we can be found on our socials.
Yes.
Please engage, guys, with us. Still Uncaptured. What we do is every Tuesday, about we broadcast on Spotify. That is our primary. Go to Spotify, guys. Watch us on Spotify. Later, we also put it up on other channels. But what are your social media? Your socials?
My socials. I'm on Twitter at Motsomatsu and on TikTok at Motsomatsu and on Instagram at Motsomatsu. And
I'm also on Twitter as at Ndumiso Ngcobo. And of course, being the relic that I am, Facebook, Ndumiso Ngcobo. And of course, I am on TikTok. And I gotta get really better at utilizing my TikTok. I see them. I can see the interaction.
But can I tell you something?
Yeah.
TikTok is crack.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's part of my fears. My addictive personality. I have spent 3 hours without moving from my phone on TikTok, right?
Do you know that there are... I think I probably watch more TikTok than Netflix right now.
I believe that.
You know what I mean? Because Netflix things kind of you watch all the things and then you wait for the next round of commissions to come in. So that's basically on that. So please engage with us on the social media.
So here's my question to you: when you make a sandwich, are you particular about whether the sandwich is diagonal?
No.
Or is it
Mukare? So this is the sandwich.
Yes. Yes.
right? This is the sandwich.
Yeah.
It can't be like this. It must be like this.
Really?
Yes, I hate those. The triangle. I hate the triangle.
I am exactly the opposite.
I want the square.
I want the triangle.
No, and I want it. You must cut it in the middle.
And it's important. I do not enjoy the sandwich if it is rectangular. It does not taste the same. It doesn't. And what we obviously are talking about is our OCD, guys. We've got an OCD. What are some of your OCD tendencies? Because I'll tell you mine, right? And good Lord, I am so OCD.
You got a lot.
I've got a lot. Guys,
you got a lot.
A dripping tap. Kill me. Kill me. No, just kill me.
I must say, I don't like that either, but yes.
I cannot. I promise you, we could be sitting here in the studio and someone in this kitchen left the tap like dripping. I promise you, I will stop the recording and I'll go close the tap. To the extent that I have been driving through Davidton, someone's house that I do not know who lives in that house, and I saw a dripping tap. Not once. I stopped the car, look to see other people in the house, not even fear of being shot or dogs.
I was going to say,
and I went and I disclosed that it's the OCD.
Because
it drives me crazy.
Those Nyope fiends in the township still tap. So someone could be thinking that like you're a para there.
But I can't.
But you can't help it.
I can't do it. Some of yours.
What am I OCD about?
I can help you with one that I know.
Help me.
What percentage life do you have on your phone right now?
Let me tell you, 43%. Yeah. I'm not comfortable with it.
You're already uncomfortable.
Yes, I am uncomfortable because I like it to be 80% and above.
Yeah.
On any given time. Like, once it starts getting under 40, I start to get a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Below 30, anything lower than that, I just panic.
In my house, people like they roll their eyes because I walk in there and I'll just see Vumezita or Sayo just sitting there, and he's sitting, he's on his phone and whatever, and 1 meter from him is like a purely perfectly functioning plug point, and there is I'm like, what percentage battery life do you have? And he goes, 16. Charge your phone.
And you'd be like, why does it bother you?
Do you know why it bothers me?
Why?
Because I have 2 power. I don't have one. I do not know what the unit is, but you know that 20,000. I've got 2 20,000 or 20,000 ones, right?
Okay.
In terms of just how much, because it can charge my phone at least like 3-4 times.
Right.
And so when we have just like an unplanned power outage, and then people are like, and then people don't even charge their power banks. And then they come to, oh, Baba, can I please borrow?
That's annoying.
I'm like, no.
That's why I'm always telling you to charge your phone.
I panic when my phone, because like you.
How many power banks do you have?
I got 2.
Oh, me too. One is a little older, so it only charges it like once, you know, but it's still a PowerPoint. And when there's no electricity for a extended period of time, you need it.
I need it.
You know, but the other one, I can charge 3 or 4 times. Also.
Me, if we didn't have power for 2 to 3 days, I would still have a phone. I'll still have juice in there because of this particular OCD trait of mine. What else you got when it comes to
I'm not as OCD as you. I think you've got more proclivities. Like, I'll mention one of yours.
Yeah.
I like how we're not mentioning each other's. Your obsessive hand washing.
I wash my hands
Obsessive.
Off. Do you know that how often since we've been here in the studio, for about an hour and a half or thereabouts, I've washed my hands twice already. And there's nothing that I have necessarily touched.
So you're just a germaphobe?
I'm a germaphobe of note and shame. I have passed it on to all my children, but in particular my 70-year-old. Usahayo live in his bedroom. He's got a sanitizer. In the kitchen, the first thing you move into the door, there's a sanitizer. He washes his hands. I actually did this exercise where I counted. I was like, okay, let me count how many times I wash. One day, 23 times, go to the tap to wash my for no reason, just washing my hands.
Do you remember the Jack Nicholson character in As Good as It Gets? At least you don't walk on pavements like. That's my best depiction of an OCD character for me.
Of an OCD character. I've also got a whole lot of, for instance, and I think that you talked about this. There's a relative of yours, I think an aunt, who has got issues with mops because I have who follows people around with a mop.
Oh, so my mom has a cousin.
Oh, is it a cousin?
Yes, my mom had a cousin, Matlodi, who when they went to visit, as soon as you walk into the house, she'd walk behind you.
Yes.
To wipe the floor.
I get it.
So that there's no marks on the floor. She couldn't. Like, as you're walking in, so how do you sit down, pick up your feet?
I get it. Do you know what happens? This morning, before I came to the studio, because I know I was going to be in the afternoon,
right,
and I'm responsible for supper, right? And it just so happens that, today I also have somewhere else to go. I was cooking. Do you know how many times I wipe the floor while I'm cooking?
How many?
4 or 5 times. If there's droplets on the floor, no. And I do not know whether this is an age thing. You know, like how everyone has got paper towels in the kitchen, and when it's like a little thing, they take the paper towel and I don't do the paper towel.
I love paper towels.
I don't do the paper towel.
What do you mean? How can you live without a paper towel?
There's a bucket and a mop.
Oh, no.
I have to mop.
I'm way too lazy for that.
But
I was going to say,
yeah.
It's especially after you said that your kids have all kind of picked up on it.
Yes.
There are worse habits in the world. That's not it.
Yes.
It's a good habit.
Yeah.
Washing of hands. We don't wash our hands often enough. COVID irritusite.
Yes.
Because before that, and men in particular.
And by the way, if you are wondering and you've never been inside a men's urinal, because obviously you haven't been, men do not wash their hands in the
men
toilet.
Are dirty, man.
No, we do. People will stand with you while you're busy washing your hands, blah, 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 and talk to you, and then they walk out with you like. And I'm not talking about someone who was just standing at the urinal and peeing. I'm talking about someone who just come from the stall.
No.
People come. No, people come.
You're not telling me people poop and don't wash their hands.
No, they don't. If they do you know what they do? They don't really wash their hands. They wet their hands. No soap. The soap dispenser. It's just like here as well. And I'm just like, what is going on? And you know what my other OCD thing is? Mm-hmm. And you know this, and because you know me and Facebook, even when on Twitter, when I decide to be active on Twitter, I'm obsessed with it. People drink water.
You are obsessed.
Drink water. Do you know?
I like when you say things like, sometimes you think you're dying when all you need is to drink water.
Do you know what I posted last night?
What did you post?
I was just wanting to irritate my religious friends. I was just like, sometimes you think you're having a religious experience and Jesus is talking to you when you just dehydrated. Drink water.
I don't know if there's a water board in South Africa or whatever. They should hire you.
Because I am so OCD about, like, one of my worst fears is being stuck somewhere and I don't have water.
Right.
Which, do you know what that means?
What does it mean? You can't wash the water.
In the car right now, there's like a 5-liter bottle of water. 5 liters.
I get that.
I do not. I cannot imagine. Like, I have to be, which explains my skin, by the way.
What about it?
I've got a decent skin.
You've got great skin. In the sense that you don't have Dichubaba. But anyway, shall we take a break and come back?
Please, let's
All right, we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Still Uncaptured. So, my friend,
yes,
you and I are both 53 years old.
Which is the most absurd age anyone can be. What is 53?
It reminds me of 47. I was like, what am I supposed to do?
You're not 55, you're not 50, you're just 53.
Random like Monday.
Anyway, yes.
We're both 53.
Yeah.
Which means a lot of things. And one of those things is that we're getting older. We're aging. Obviously, we're getting older.
The end is clearly nearer than the beginning.
Chances are, it could be wrong, but chances are we have lived more years than we're going to live in the future.
Yeah, I don't think my liver will allow me to live more than 53 more years.
I don't want to be alive in 50 years.
Also, I don't want to be alive.
Please, let me go. So,
yeah.
And we have had this conversation before.
Yes, we have.
We have had this conversation before where we talk about how your body starts to fail you when you turn a particular age.
Yeah.
All right? Which one do you want to kick off with?
You go. You go.
My number one issue right now is peeing. The toilet.
Dude.
Urinating. Yeah, I said urinating because that's what it's called. But at my age, I don't know about other women, but me, there's no negotiating going to the bathroom. If I've got to go, I got to go.
Yes.
Like now, there's no waiting.
Yes.
And you had said it very nicely the other day where you said, there's no, I'll just wait until I get home.
Do you remember the good old days when you would be getting into your car and you're driving from Spruitview to Rosebank and you're like, I'm kind of low price. I'll pee in front. There's no such thing at 53. You're going to pee now.
But the thing about it is that upsets me.
Yeah.
I feel like my dignity has been compromised. You know, like running to the toilet. It humbles you.
Let me tell you this. You know, I'm now basically on this path. I'm trying to think. First walk after months of me not walking, right? I'm walking, and of course, you know this, because even when you and I leave the studio, before we go upstairs to our cars, what do? We pee.
Oh, yeah.
You don't get into it.
Absolutely.
Pressed or not, you go to the toilet, right? So
I like that. Pressed or not.
Pressed or, no, I don't have to be pressed.
It's like when you were kids, when your parents, tomorrow.
Just because you want
you're telling it to yourself. Tomorrow.
Exactly. So of course, before the last thing I did before I went on my walk is about an hour long, right? So I went, I peed, and I went on my walk. I promise you, I could see the gate. It was 200 meters. I could see, but also the sight of the gate was just like, it was like a sign to be like, Ndumiso Ngcobo. I became those men that I hate so much. I stood on the side of the road. I peed.
That is so disgusting.
And this woman is driving past in an Audi, and you can see she's like, bloody blacks. You can't take them anywhere. But I had to pee.
But you know what? To be fair, white men in South Africa pee on the street too.
Of course they do.
I have seen them.
Do you know? You're just jealous. You're just jealous.
I am. And I get very annoyed.
And which is why I now, there's a woman I once, because I judged so harshly, I shamed her. And I was like 10 years on Twitter, I remember. Fortunately, Shem, I have good sense. I didn't take a picture of her. And she was like wearing a nurse's uniform. And she's a nurse. And it was, I think we were stuck on traffic on the M1, like there by Vets, Smith Street and like Empire or whatever, somewhere there. I think this woman had just decided, you know what?
I can't help it.
I cannot help it. Puma. And she mooned the entire M1. and we're not talking about bums this big. And I remember, I'm like, sis, at 53, I get her.
You don't have a choice.
I don't It's gotta be now.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
now. So can you imagine then the people who use public transport and the inconvenience?
Yes.
Because there you don't know how long you're going to be sitting in the taxi for. You don't know how long. Do you understand? Like, there's so many factors that are outside of your control.
Yes.
And when you get wherever it is that you're getting, hopefully there's going to be public ablutions.
Yes.
Because that's clean, usable public ablutions. Safe. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Another way where I realized, like, yo, man, guys, aging, it's really such it's a horrible thing. We were having a meeting to plot the show, obviously, like we were on Teams. And I kept on complaining to you guys about, hey, guys, I lost my car keys.
Right.
I'm having to use the spare keys because I can't
find my keys.
Guess where they were?
Where?
You know those blanket hoodies that you just wear around the house? The entire time.
Wait, were you wearing the hoodie?
I was wearing the hoodie.
And you were looking for the keys?
I was looking for the keys.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, where are my keys?
That's crazy.
I'm at that age where I really forget things. I mean, okay, sure enough. Can we make this disclaimer? There's been a lot of substance abuse as well.
What's a lot? You know, relatively speaking.
There's been a bit of substance abuse as well.
What's a lot? You know?
But on a serious note, I think that all of us, as we age, I mean, there really is such a thing as cognitive decline. Where you're getting wiser in a lot of ways, you're getting more organized and so on. But in terms of just like particularly short-term memory. But ask me what I was doing in my matric here on the Tuesday of September. I can tell you what I was wearing.
You know, the thing about you that I've always been jealous of is your photographic memory.
I do have
You do have a photographic memory.
Yeah,
I don't. And it sucks.
Oh, it really does.
It really sucks. And I'll tell you, my memory right now is killing me. So I don't know what I'm going to be like by the time I'm 80, God willing, if I'm going to live that long. Because I will, you know, it's like we've talked, sometimes you'll be talking on the phone and be looking for your cell phone. You've got glasses and on your head and you're looking for them and all those kind of things. So I'm hoping that my memory can... Here's the point that I want to make.
Yes.
We live in a very news-intensive world, okay? There's too much going on, Ndumiso. Do you know that I watch 2 screens at once?
You are like my wife, Tebogo, yes.
I put on the TV and then I'm also here. Literally. Apparently now there's some broadcasters that are asking producers to produce that when they start writing scripts to be more descriptive.
Yes.
Because people are not always watching and looking. You can't think an audience yet today, 2025, in this the year of our Lord, are watching television just kind of like that. No, people are watching different things. So I'm looking at my mom. She watches a lot of news, all right?
Yeah.
I'm watching her. She's watching the news. And I'm thinking to myself, wow. So she's like, and she keeps talking and I keep looking up. I was working on my computer. So she keeps mentioning things and I'm like looking. She mentions different things all the time, but there's only 2 people talking.
Yes.
There were 4 different screens.
Yeah.
One here, that was the person being interviewed and with the person, with the anchor in the news studio.
Uh-huh.
On the side, there were 2 blocks where they were showing another incident of news that are coming up.
Yeah.
There's a JSE listing on the floor.
Yes.
There's also weather.
Yes.
On there. And I'm thinking
and there's like a graphic that says breaking.
And there's also, if you want to communicate with us, here's a bar. Badibitsang code. Q code. QR code.
Yes.
Here's a QR code. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, this is a lot of information at the same time. So maybe we're also not getting worse, but there's an information overload. That's how I feel.
Our brains are overwhelmed.
Yes.
So what is happening with us is our cultural evolution is outstripping our natural, our biological evolution. Because this brain was actually designed to take in far less information than we are taking because of the information of the digital age. Yeah. So, for instance, I remember watching, you know how much of a nerd I am when it comes to facts. And I remember someone pointing this out and saying, at the turn of the last century, which was our century, right? So at the turn of going from the 19th to the 20th century, the average human being used to consume the equivalent information of one Sunday Times in their entire lifetime.
No.
I promise you. People did not read. Like reading was like such a rare thing that in terms of, so people used to just walk around, and if they saw the word podcast, they could spend the whole day like podcast. Nowadays, like your brain is bombarded with so much
and when I'm
information.
here, I'm doing several things.
Yes.
I'm on how many apps at the same time?
At the same time.
I'm answering the phone. I'm talking while I'm doing, oh my God.
Someone said to me just recently, like, and I was just talking about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, just thank God I've just finished that column. It's a 1,000-word column. And they like, what do you mean? When did you write it? You've been on Facebook the whole day. And I'm like, no, I've been writing though. So just because you see me on Facebook, don't assume that I am just lounging. I am on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I am looking at this. I'm on YouTube. Because I'm writing, I'm going on Google to go, and I'm on ChatGPT, and and then I go on Google, and then next thing I'm distracted and I'm watching YouTube clips of all at the same time. So maybe
I think my brain is fried because I'm a bit overwhelmed. I think a lot of us have this overwhelming thing, and I wonder how so there must be ways. So I've literally had to like give myself a TikTok limits, like a child,
and all of these things, Kgomotso, because what we do not want when you talk about cognitive decline, and this is a serious conversation, part of it, is that there are things that we need to do to stave off dementia, to stave off Alzheimer's. Right. And one of those things is learning new skills. You got to learn knitting. Absolutely. You got to
learning games,
new games. And I have decided, because I was watching someone do Sudoku, and I was like, I don't even know what that is. But I realized that probably will use parts of my brain that have not been used. And which is why one of our former guests in our period, Rams Mabute, and I decided at some point before the end of this year, we're like, no man, let's just go and buy guitars. We're gonna start. I want to learn chords, and I just want, but also I just want to serenade people.
You just want to look sexy with a guitar. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back to Still Uncaptured, and we're just having fun. This is one of my favorite episodes. It's just you and I, And
also because I haven't seen you in a long time.
We haven't seen each other over a month.
So, I mean, if you don't understand what I mean, because it seems like we see each other every week. Yeah. We record many of these in advance. So we haven't seen each other in about 5 weeks.
Which is a long time. Yeah. And also it takes us back to where all of this started. Like all these great conversations, we thought, someone should be recording this conversation. Leading me to when you and I were doing the original Uncaptured, you came to me, and I remember this is when you had really just acquired your bundle of joy, your little friend, Batong, who loves to terrorize me. Because every time I walk into a space where I'm,
he does love.
It's his like, and you know me. Sometimes like I wear my sweatpants, and sometimes I'm white, and I've got paw marks on it. Yeah. But anyway, you then got this bundle of joy in your life, your little baby. And then you went and you actually got Bathong his own Instagram page, right? I did. So, because Bathong's a human guy, you just treat him, you really treat him like a human.
Yep. And he behaves like one.
Bathong. But you've taken it a step further.
I did.
And you tell us about what you've gone and done. What have you gone and done, girl?
COVID brought out a lot of things. We had spent so much time with Bathong at the time. And I was also living with my nephew, Malik.
Yes.
Malik was 13 at the time.
Okay.
So I've got a tweenie there, and I've got Bathong. And I thought, I wonder what it would be like to develop a dog character for animation, because I've never worked in animation before. And I thought, that would be great. And I knew someone who works in animation, in one of the most extraordinary animation producers in the country, and she's black, Isabel Rourke, okay? And she used to come to Patstau, this market that I used to have in town.
Yes.
And she said, listen, you talked to me about doing something about an animation about your dog. Are you still interested? And I'm thinking, yes. And she said she runs an incubation project for animators.
Yeah.
Where she helps you get your project to the next phase of where it needs to be. Which is right. So I'm starting out in animation, so I'm like, brilliant. So I got co-opted as a cohort in this enterprise development that she's doing with other animators. And so they help you with things like business plans, distribution plans, marketing plans, art direction. Like basically they teach you how to become a producer of an animation.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we applied for funding from the NFVF, which is the National Film and Video Foundation.
Yes.
And got something yana BATHONG.
A little something.
We got a development funding for 350,000 rands to develop it to something that whatever we wanted to, which is like, yes. So what we've done, animation is expensive, but animation is also going through a huge revolution right now with AI. Which could make it cheaper ultimately, because it is expensive and it's very time consuming, but technology is really helping out. So we were able to produce a short little snippet of BATHONG.
So basically an upcoming trailer of sorts.
Yes.
A little teaser.
Shall we see it?
Okay.
I think we should play it.
Okay, let's play it.
All right. BATHONG, the Pomeranian superstar, is on stage performing with a band to an ocean of lit cell phones and the sound of a roaring crowd. BATHONG is full of pizzazz. Tiny, the cute bulldog, beams and points up to the sky. Snooky, the three-legged township special, strikes a pose, holding his book of rhymes.
Tiki wow wow, Tina Sproma like us with the wow wows. Tingy got the loud corner and chow down, and we heading to the top right now. Now wow wow, we're gonna be stars, shiny, Snooky, BATHONG, and tiny. Out with the snake is slimy. We just pulling up the book and stop the rhyming. We do it for the health and the wealth. Just believe in yourself. Find us in Africa, down in the south, singing and rapping what we about. 'Cause it's the place to be. Buffet, Kylie, Chattu to Soweto, Sinjazegeto, Tina Sile. Wow, Sinjazegeto, wow wow, Tiki wow wow, Tina Sproma like us with the wow wow. Tiki got the loud corner and chow down, and we heading to the top right now. Now wow wow, Tiki wow wow, Tina Sproma like us with the wow wow. Tiki got the loud corner and chow down, and we heading to
The music is replaced by BATHONG's deep sigh. She leans dreamily against the pole of the old, torn and faded billboard. Tiny and Snooky are hanging, looking forlorn. BATHONG loved her friends so much, but it saddened her that they didn't love who they were. She also knew that feeling sorry for oneself didn't make anybody famous. So that's it. So that's just a little teaser. And we're now raising funding for production. But so we were not able to do a proper animation. We did an ebook. An ebook. And it's essentially targeted at 8 to 12-year-olds to help them with their self-esteem. We know there's a problem with reading for comprehension in this country. So your parents can read with you, the kid can read on their own, and then afterwards you'll have a test if you want to help you with your comprehension. And it'll be online to understand as much as we can obviously print it. But the beauty of technology is that it can also be online, and then we'll be able to reach more people and kids will be able to interact with it. So this is my latest new project, and we're looking for more funding. So that's what we're doing.
You know, you're such an inspiration because but you are, in the sense that unlike me, who is very much working towards changing all of that. You know, when we started the show and I was talking about gratitude, part of the journey that I'm on is that I realize that I'm one of those people. And sometimes you think to yourself, yeah, I'm a big picture person. But what that means generally is that I'm just a talker.
Right.
You are much more of a doer than I am, right?
You think so?
No, yes, you are.
Thank you for telling me that, because I feel like a procrastinator sometimes.
No,
you know?
you are. So also it means that the question now that you talk about the target market is one of my best episodes of Bathong in his life is when Bathong used to self-pleasure. But I mean, that age group needs to be taught about self-pleasuring. When Bathong used to find any teddy bear and mount the hell.
What are you talking about? My leg sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Bathong would hump my leg. Anyway, yeah, we sorted that out. We definitely sorted that out. You know what? I think our producer wants us to wrap up.
Yeah. Okay.
So what do you
really?
think?
Let's wrap up.
So anyway, I know what people are going to say. That episode was too short.
But sometimes
the less said, the better.
Less is more. Sometimes you just want just a little bit of.
So get on your social media, talk to us, watch our programs on Spotify, and let us know what you think. We'll be back next week. Yes, we'll definitely be back next week. Thank you so much for watching.